Good morning. This is Fred Mitchell, Chairman of the Progressive Liberal Party, Minister for Foreign Affairs, MP for Fox Hill. Today is Monday, 25th December 2023. It is Christmas Day. Merry Christmas to you all, and to all of you, a happy and prosperous New Year. I want to say happy birthday to Anastasia Pratt of Foxdale and to Mrs. Kathleen McKenzie of Roma Street in Fox Hill. They both have their birthdays on Christmas Day. I will see Mrs. McKenzie at 11 a.m. today. It's my annual ritual, and will deliver red velvet cake to her and sing happy birthday, her 90th birthday. And also I remember my predecessor, Bradley Roberts, whose birthday was also Christmas Day. Of course, tinged with happiness is the sad news that two young men in Fox Hill lost their lives over the weekend from gunshot wounds. When will it stop? My condolences to my friend Takeza and to the Rowe family on their losses. Who can forget that fateful day back in 2013 when 4 people were gunned down on the Freedom Park awaiting the Junkanoo results, 27th of December 2013. No one has been convicted of the crime. We remember the 4 young people who died on the 27th of December 2013. Speaking of Junkanoo, I visited the shack of the original Congos of Fox Hill on Friday. They're getting better and better each year. I was really pleased at the work of Trevor Pratt, Tunde Davis, Darren Carter, Sherman Brown, Kevin Ferguson, and all the fellows, Rodney Ferguson and all the fellows and women who work on those costumes for the Fox Hill Congos to take them to Bay Street. And speaking of Junkanoo, I've been impressed for years by the majesty and innovation of Junkanoo. I've been saying for at least 10 years that we have to find a way to take Junkanoo to Broadway. Well, I'm happy to say that it looks like Fred Ferguson and Sammy Poitier have found a vehicle in the production which they called Junkanoo In Paradise. I went to see the show on Saturday night at the Atlantis Theater. It is an hour long. It is a compelling narrative, well acted, choreographed, and good music. So the run is going to be for 3 months. I was so impressed that I plan to treat my branch executive, the leadership of the original Congos, and the students' leadership of Sandlands Primary School, L.W. Young, and Doris Johnson to go see the show over at Atlantis in early January. You know, the Prime Minister authorized the Foreign Ministry to continue our 50th anniversary celebrations with a special show of Bahamian talent overseas, so this may be the vehicle for it. I certainly encourage you to go and see it. It's grounded, of course, in the Roots Junkanoo group, and they're pretty good. It's also, I'm also in touch with Christian Carroll, who is the niece of the late choreographer and dancer Shirley Hall Bass. We were all working to see how we can build a future for dance, ballet, Junkanoo in the Bahamas. This is appropriate at a time when we are working on legislation to protect intellectual property rights in the Bahamas. So you should go along and see the show. Congratulations to Ambassador Patricia Hermans, Our Lady in Geneva, and Ambassador Stan Smith in New York at the UN for the approval of the Resident Human Rights Office in Nassau. Good job, Mrs. Hermans, whose idea this was. So from all of you on this day, this Christmas Day, Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. And remember, on Christmas Day, PLP
I'm sharing my Christmas greetings from one of the new homes in our affordable housing program. It is always a joy to see Bahamian families start a new chapter in their lives. Home is a place to raise children, to create memories, to build security and share community. We think back to the humble carpenter and his wife who were forced to take shelter in a stable so many years ago. That night, Christ was born, and his light changed the world forever. God's love and light shine in our hearts too, when we share our blessings, when we extend a helping hand. When we come together to weather hardships, we are building our nation on more solid ground. I see how many of you use your light to illuminate the lives of others. Let us carry the spirit of kindness and compassion into the new year. Together, as part of one extended national family, we can protect our values and way of life, celebrate our faith, our culture, our history, and lift each other up. Together, we can create a home in which all may thrive and no one is left behind. Along with my wife Anne-Marie, my family and colleagues, I extend to you our warmest Christmas greetings and wish you all a very happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. May God bless you and your families, and may God bless the Bahamas.